The probability of an event is the likelihood or the chance of that event occurring on a given trial of your experiment. That probability is always going to be between 0 and 1, and you can think of it as a percentage. So if the probability is 1, that's a 100% chance of your event occurring. So that would be called a certainty. If it's 0, then there's no chance. And so that would be an impossibility. And for example, if you had 0.5, then that would be a 50% chance, or a 50-50 chance. In this example, we're told that a poll of 744 randomly selected American adults finds that 617 of them eat at least 5 servings of vegetables a week. So now we're supposed to find the experimental probability that a randomly chosen American adult eats at least 5 servings of vegetables a week. Now, the experimental probability is actually going to be the same as computing the relative frequency. And we know how to compute that. That's going to be the frequency of adults who eat at least 5 servings of vegetables a week, that was 617, out of the total number who were surveyed, which was 744. Well, when we throw this in our calculators, this is going to give us 0.8293010 and so on. And we're supposed to write this as a percent rounded to 2 decimals. So we'll write it as a percentage first by moving the decimal place to the right 2 places. So that's 82.93010%, which is going to round. We want it rounded to 2 decimal places, and so we'll look at the next decimal place that's less than 5, and so we'll keep the same value, and we'll have 82.93% as our final answer. Continuing the same example, we're asked, out of 1,000 randomly chosen American adults, how many would we expect to eat at least 5 servings of vegetables a week? Well, to compute this, the expected value, or the expected number of adults out of 1,000 adults who would eat at least 5 servings of vegetables a week, is going to be computed by taking the number of trials and multiplying by the probability. Well, the number of trials is going to be the 1,000 randomly chosen American adults. So this is 1,000. And then the probability is going to be the experimental probability that we computed in the first part of the problem, which was 0.8293. Notice that I wrote it as a decimal. And now when we actually work this out, we're going to get 829.3. But we're supposed to round to the nearest whole number, or the ones place. And so we're going to look at the next value. That's less than 5. And so we'll just cut it off, and we won't change the value. And we'll have 829 adults out of those 1,000 who would be expected to eat at least 5 servings of vegetables a week.